Welcome back to Lébo Ladies. I am Heather.
I'm Hillary.
We're the owners here at Lébo Aesthetics Spa, and we are in one of our most favorite rooms. It's the CoolSculpting room. So today we are going to tell you all about the good, the bad, and there really is no ugly about CoolSculpting. So Hillary is going to do a treatment on me. I recently have lost some weight and I have some fat pockets on the top of my knee area, which a lot of you wouldn't think, oh, that's an area that I would think of. I would think my stomach or whatever. Everything else kind of went back into place, but a little bit of fat over my knee area. So Hillary's going to do a treatment on me so that you all can see what it looks like, and we're going to talk to you all about. So Hillary, let's start. What is CoolSculpting?
So CoolSculpting is a way to freeze the fat. So if you have stubborn fat really on any body part that we can pinch, we can put these applicators. That's what these are. These are all different applicators. And so obviously I'm with Heather, and you'll see this in just a little bit, but we're going to be using like a small little applicator because it's just around her knee. So like the pockets of fat tend to be kind of small pinchable. But if we have a large area, let's say I'm in an abdomen and it's a kind of a bigger area that I can pinch and grab, I might use this large one. When the area is drawn into this, it freezes that fat. It draws it in almost like a suction, and then this freezes it. And they're sitting there for anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes for most of these applicators. When I take the applicator off, then it almost is like a frozen stick of butter. Like that fat like freezes like that. And you can always put your finger in and it stays indented. And then you massage it for about 2 minutes afterwards, which kind of softens that fat back up again.
So how does it work? What happens to the fat?
Sure.
Like, all of that stuff?
Your body naturally processes it out over a period of time. It takes about 16 weeks to fully remove those fat cells. The best part about CoolSculpting is once the fat is removed, because those fat cells are destroyed, it doesn't come back.
Oh, wow.
So
great. It's permanent.
It's a permanent solution for the fat cells we treated.
Okay.
I do tell patients though, let's say they come in and we're doing the abdomen and they only want the abdomen done. And they have some pinchable areas on the back, where like the flank area back here. The only thing with that is when we do just the front, let's say you put 10, 15 pounds on, it could go back there because that's like your next closest area.
Okay.
So those fat cells are still very active all around us. It's just because we took so much out in the front, you still have all the active ones in the back. You could get a little larger in that area. So you might want to have it all done.
Okay.
But on the other hand, some people are like, I'm always this weight. I exercise a lot. This area doesn't bother me. It's just this. You can do it that way.
Okay. All right, great. So we're going to treat my knees again. Like I said, how long does this take?
So knees, because of the applicator I need to use on you, and it's a smaller applicator, it actually takes 45 minutes. That applicator is also good for like chin. So it just takes 45 minutes per cycle on that one.
Okay.
Some of the larger ones, like if I could get her into, it's still small, but it's this size, it would be 35 minutes. So typically when I do a treatment and they come in, obviously we have a consultation, I fully assess the person. During that assessment, we make sure we're going to be doing everything the way that you want it to be done. We can really sculpt the body. In some of our before and after pictures, when you look through, you can see how they're kind of more sculpted. Mm-hmm. So we make sure that we're going to be targeting exactly what you want and how you want it. And then after that consultation, you come in for the treatment. We kind of go through it all over one more time to make sure we're going to be doing all the right areas everywhere you want. We take your pictures, so that way we have, your before and everything with that. Then which is where we're going to start with Heather. I would have you on the bed area because you've already been marked. You've already had your pictures taken, and then we'll actually put the cycle on. So that's what we're going to show you, is putting the cycle on so you can see what that's like, and she can talk about what it feels like.
So I know you said earlier, obviously, that it's permanent. And so how much of the fat that's being treated actually dissolves or do you get rid of with
It's
a CoolSculpting?
20 to 25% of those fat cells.
Okay.
So that's hard to say. Like, it's not an inch. It could
Sure.
be different on everybody.
Okay.
If somebody has a very large pinchable area, 20, 25%, could be a little more dramatic.
Okay.
But on the other hand, sometimes somebody has a flank that's real pinchable, and that 20-25% really gets rid of what that's bothering them.
Okay.
So it just depends on the pocket.
Okay, so before I get up here and do this, does this hurt?
It does not hurt. Most people say it does not hurt. I've had some people that feel like that they do feel it's uncomfortable, but I would say 90% for the first 5 minutes, it's cold and it feels burny kind of feeling.
Okay.
And then you become numb to it. It just doesn't bother you at all. And you'll sit there comfortably. I'll give you a TV remote. You'll just watch TV. And
Okay.
I leave the room typically when it's on there because you're in here for 35 to 45 minutes. But I get text messages if there's any type of, problem or anything, and then I'll just pop in. But
Okay.
typically it's not like that.
Okay. All right, so you want
I'm
me
gonna have you sit up here.
get up?
Yep.
Okay. All right, got this cutie little gown on today. Everybody's always seeing me in something. So what do I expect afterwards? Like soreness, pain, anything like that afterwards?
So typically you are going to be on a knee area, it's not going to be very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like you're going to be pretty fine. You might feel a little tender like when you touch it. Stomach area, because like especially if I'm using that larger applicator, that's going to be more tender. I'm drawing that large area into there.
Huge area.
Exactly. So when they have a seat belt and it's sitting right there, it might be a little tender or more uncomfortable. I've had patients leave and go to the gym right afterwards. So it's really, most people are completely fine. I've had a few that say they were really like achy for, a weekend or something like that. That's not as common, but it can happen.
But you can go back to the gym or do
You can go to the gym, you can go
Normal.
anything. There's
Okay.
nothing you have to refrain from at
Okay.
all. Some people might get a little bit of bruising in the area, almost like a hickey, because it is drawing, like a sucking into
Okay.
that area. But that's not very common either.
Okay.
More if it's a bruiser.
Okay. Is there anything that I need to do or should have done, I guess, to prepare for the treatment? Anything that I...
Not really. I mean, the fat cells do go through your lymphatic system, so drinking a lot of water just in general is always good for
Okay.
your lymph nodes and helping to process along. Obviously, eating healthy. This isn't just something that you want to go and, okay, now that I did that, I can eat whatever I want. You really still want to watch what you eat and be healthy and kind of use this as a weight loss tool, not a full solution.
Right.
It's still about taking care of yourself.
Yeah. I think the cool thing about CoolSculpting,
No pun intended.
yeah, I know, no pun intended, is that it can treat targeted areas. Whereas, like, when you lose weight, you don't know what area you're going to lose it in. You often hear people go, oh, every time I lose weight, I lose it in my breasts, or I lose it in my butt, or this and that. So it's kind of nice that you can target specific areas, because obviously when I lost weight, I wasn't thinking, oh, I hope I can lose it in my knees. But now that I have, I feel like they're just unproportioned to everything else. So I think it's kind of cool that we can spot treat this area and,
Right.
get that out of the way too. So,
Yep.
okay, I'm ready.
All right, so I'm gonna just put this little strap underneath you because we will be needing that.
Okay.
And then this is a pre-treatment wipe. Has a special solution on it which helps to protect your skin.
Okay.
The whole thing that as we're doing this, we're just trying to keep your skin really protected, and we don't want anything like it to be too cold on your skin.
Okay.
The machine won't even allow it to be. It would give us like a error or something to tell us like your skin's getting too cold. So it's always going to protect you.
So it has to freeze to a certain temperature, the fat, but it doesn't affect the outer layer of skin.
Correct.
Okay.
We're not. The machine is constantly making sure that your tissue is safe.
Okay.
If for some reason you were getting too cold, the machine would stop.
Okay.
I've only had that happen
So
one
it's
time.
safe then?
It's safe.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I don't know why that person got that cold, but it did, and it protected them. And then we just wait 24 hours, and then we could do it again, and she was fine. We did it
Okay.
again, and it was fine.
Okay. Well, that's gives me a little bit more peace of mind. right?
Absolutely.
So, what if someone, or me, I mean, I'm a glutton for punishment. What's the difference between this and liposuction?
So That's a good question. I mean, one of the things that, like us doing your knee, for example, it's a perfect example of why CoolSculpting is so nice, because you have these little tiny pockets where if you had liposuction done, it's what's called a blind procedure. So the plastic surgeon can't tell exactly how much fat they're taking out. So like I've had patients come in that had liposuction like on their chin or on like a small little area and they were indented. It's because too much fat was taken out by accident. It's not, it can happen at any point. So it's not necessarily they did a bad job. It's just they can't see how much they took out. So with CoolSculpting, you'll never have that because it's always taking only 25% of those fat cells away. So it would never take too much to be an indent. And that's too why we do the assessment too, to make sure you're a good candidate. For some reason, if we felt you weren't, we would, you know, let you know.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And I guess the other difference would be that maybe there's a little bit of downtime with liposuction.
Yeah, you have way more recovery, and you know sometimes they do that in an OR versus sometimes in the office if they put you under like a tumescen. But with this, you know, there's nothing. Let me get these 2 towels.
So nobody has to drive me home. I'm good.
Correct.
I'm good to get there all on my own.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes.
So if I have my result, when am I going to see my results?
So typically it takes about 16 weeks to get full results.
16 weeks.
16 weeks. But in 8 weeks we'll start to see it. Some people really show a difference in 8 weeks, but others it takes the full 16. Just depends because those fat cells are slowly coming out of you. So, and it just depends on your body and how quickly you take those fat cells out.
And is there anything that I can do to make that speed that process
Not
up?
really.
No.
Just be healthy and drink your water and things like that. But there's nothing that's necessarily going to speed it up.
Okay. Now after I see my full results and I like it, but I would want more, can I retreat?
We can always do it. Yes, we can always do it again. There are some people, if they come in and they have a larger pocket of fat, we do a second set of them on there anyway.
Okay.
So like on you because
before the 16 weeks is up. Okay.
Correct. Like for you, I wouldn't do it that way because your pocket's small.
Pocket. Okay.
But if I had somebody that had a larger pocket, I would know we're going to need to do it again. So it just depends again on the person and the area.
Okay.
So right now you can see that there's just this little bit of gel that's already on here from another area that I already treated on her. So there's a gel pad that's on here that's protecting her skin. I'm gonna put this applicator on and it's gonna suck it in really quick, right over where I just drew. So now I'm gonna just strap this across.
That really doesn't feel like anything, honestly. I mean,
it's just a little like
a little draw.
pinchy kind of feeling.
Yeah.
If that, I mean, it's not really pinchy.
No, it just feels like it's a suction.
Exactly.
Like that's what it feels like.
Yep. So then I'm just gonna put towel underneath here. And these are just really to keep the applicator in place. And then do you mind holding that just for 1 minute?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So then once we get started here, we're not going to bore you with me sitting here watching TV or anything for the next 45 minutes. So we'll
Should be able to let it go.
we'll turn it on and everything will do its thing and then we'll come back on and show you what it looks like and what to do next.
All right, so Heather's been here now for about 45 minutes with the applicator on.
And trust me, sorry to cut you off,
You're
but
fine.
it really doesn't feel like anything. At first, it actually felt like super, super cold, like almost like a little burny, tingly sensation. And that lasted maybe for like a minute, 2 minutes, and now I don't feel anything. I mean, it feels like nothing.
In some areas like chin, you might feel it a little bit more. You know, again, it's only usually
like
for a couple minutes.
nerve endings or
right, it just
something
feels
there.
a little colder, burny, maybe just for those first 5 minutes, and then you'll be very comfortable. It's usually not bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna take this off.
So you can see it really doesn't look like anything. I mean, it's a little bit red over the area that was treated, and it feels really cold. But other than that, and a little slimy.
you know, the gel gets everywhere.
The gel pack.
Just throw this away really quick. All right. So now we just wipe this sticky gel off, and then it's actually a 2-minute massage that is done on the area.
So tell me why you're massaging. Like,
So this just kind of breaks the fat back again because it makes it freeze into like a little that stick of butter, and it's hard in there. So this makes it soft so that it feels normal when you walk out.
Okay. So
Also helps to process the fat out a little bit faster.
Okay.
That's what they have found.
So obviously I just had my knee done, but what areas of the body can we do with CoolSculpting?
So you can do really any area. You can do like snacks. You know, we call the snacks.
Oh yeah, right
over
here.
in there.
Oh my, that might be next on my list.
You can do like upper and lower abdomen. You can do inner and outer thigh. Outer thigh does take an hour and 15 minutes. That's the only one that's a little longer. You can do any abdomen, lower.
What about this, where you
Yep.
kind of see it
Bra
like when your
fat,
braw's on
do
there?
bra fat, any area that's pinchable you can do.
Okay.
If we can pinch it, we can treat
We
it.
can treat it.
Yep.
Okay. And who's the best candidate? I mean, who?
Anybody's a candidate.
Anybody.
Anybody. There's nobody. I mean, it's really rare. The only time that somebody would not be a candidate is if they had a hernia or have a hernia or have been like a hernia operation. I would not want to do it across that.
Okay.
You just never know, you know, what you could disturb. So I would not do that.
So it doesn't matter if you're at the beginning of your weight loss journey or at the end or whatever.
Right.
I mean, this is just something that ultimately helps it along.
Yep,
All of
exactly.
that stuff.
Yep.
Okay. What about, how much is this going to run me?
So it just depends on how many cycles we need to do.
Okay.
And
what
how
you
large
just,
the area is.
Is that what you just did on me, one cycle?
So that was one cycle, but your knee would actually be 3 cycles, just the
Okay.
way that, and again,
The way the fat
it's
sits.
really dependent on the person and their fat. Like sometimes somebody that's even larger might only need 2 cycles because we can get the areas in 2 larger cycles. So that doesn't necessarily change things a whole lot, other than maybe the time that they'd have to be in here for the treatment would be less actually
Okay.
than what yours would have been, because I could get them into the 35-minute cycle one.
Okay.
Cost wise just depends. It's anywhere from like $1,700 typically to like $4,800 is kind of a good average. Now if we have to do another like area, like let's say we do abdomen and your abdomen is $4,800, but we also want to do the flanks, it is half off of that second area.
Okay.
So a lot of times it saves a lot of money. Like this could have been $4,800 and this might have been $3,200, or maybe it was $1,700 just because of how many cycles we had to put on, but that would be half off then, that
Okay.
second one.
All right.
So,
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I think I survived. I think we wrapped
You
it
did
up.
great.
Yeah, for sure. So just remember, we offer free consultations with all of our services. This is one of those services that absolutely requires a consultation, and they are complimentary. We want to just make sure that we can, talk to you about your troubled areas.
Make sure you're a candidate.
Make sure you're a candidate.
And then schedule you appropriately, because we can do, so I only had the 1 cycle on Heather, but a lot of the cycles we can do 2 at the same time. So that's nice too, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it takes so long to do it.
Right.
It's just we have to schedule it appropriately depending on how we have to mark you.
So if I wanted to have my flanks done and my knee, I could do it at the same time, which would be really cool because
Yeah.
it cuts down.
yeah, you're
Cuts
in
down
half
the
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So check out our website, check out our YouTube channel, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and always reach out if you have any questions. You can email us, and hopefully we'll see you soon. The summer's coming up,
Can't
so
wait.
let's get these bodies
some-
in
I know.
shape.
Can't wait for some warm weather.
I know. Woohoo. Bye, everybody.
Bye.